Shepherds of old heard the joyous strain. Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Sweet are the strains of redeeming love. Message of mercy from heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Lord, with the angels we too would rejoice. Help us to sing with the heart and voice. Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Hasten the time when from every clime men shall unite in the strain sublime. Glory to God in the highest. Glory to God in the highest. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Marley was dead to begin with. And there could be absolutely no doubt whatsoever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, by the clerk, by the undertaker, by the chief mourner, by Ebenezer Scrooge himself even signed it. And Scrooge's name is good upon the exchange for anything he sets his hand to. Jacob Marley was dead as a doornail. Now this must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come of the story we're about to relate. Did Ebenezer Scrooge know he was dead? Why, of course he did. Scrooge and Marley had been partners for goodness knows how long. Scrooge never even painted over Marley's name on the sign that hung above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley. That was the name of the firm, Scrooge and Marley. People who were new to the business would sometimes call Scrooge Scrooge and sometimes Marley. But he answered to both. It was all the same to him. Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Cold and hard as old flint. External temperatures had little influence on Scrooge. No warmth could warm him, nor wintry weather chill him. And no one ever stopped Scrooge on the street to say with gladsome tones, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?" No beggar ever implored him to bestow a trifle. No child ever asked him what it was o'clock. And not once in all of Scrooge's life did man nor woman ever ask him the way to such and such a place. But what did Scrooge care? It was rather what he liked, to edge his way along the crowded paths of life, daring all human sympathy to keep its distance. Once upon a time, of all the good days of the year, on Christmas Eve, Ebenezer Scrooge sat working in his counting house. It was cold, bleak, biting weather, foggy withal. The fog poured in every chink and keyhole. Scrooge worked in an open room so he could keep an eye on his clerk, who sat at his own personal desk copying letters. The stove held a small fire, a fire so small that it appeared to be but a single coal, and the clerk couldn't replenish it, for Scrooge kept the coal bin on his side.
Cratchit, I predict it will be necessary for you to part my service if you continue to find the need to waste my coal.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge. Sorry, Mr. Scrooge.
Therefore the clerk donned his scarf and tried to warm himself about the candle. But not being a man of keen imagination, he failed.
Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit. Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yes. Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Ah, humbug.
Christmas, a humbug. Uncle, you don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Well, come, then what right have you to be so dismal? You're rich enough.
Ah, humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Out upon a Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you anyway, but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself 1 year older and not an hour's richer? If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with a Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Now, Uncle, see here.
You keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it. But you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you, much good it has ever done you.
There are many things to which I might have derived good, but which I have not profited. Christmas among the rest of them. But I have always thought of Christmas time as a good time. A time where men and women seem to come together by one consent to open their shut-up hearts freely, and to think of people below them as fellow passengers to the grave. And therefore, Uncle, though it has never brought a drop of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and that it will do me good. And I say, God bless it. God bless Christmas!
Well said, sir.
Let me hear another sound from you, Cratchit, and you'll be keeping your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite the public speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come. Dine with us tomorrow.
I'll see you in hell first.
But why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because I fell in love. Be on your way.
Nay, Uncle, you never came to see me before I married. Why give a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing from you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
Sorry to find you so resolute. But I have made my trial and homage to Christmas to keep my Christmas humor to the last. So, a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Bah!
Bob. And a Happy New Year.
Humbug!
Try to stop us.
Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years now. He died 7 years ago this very night.
But we have no doubt his liberality is well represented in his surviving partner.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, we find it more than usually desirable we make some slight provision for the poor and destitute, who suffer greatly at the present time. Many thousands are in want of common comforts. Hundreds of thousands in want of common necessaries, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Prisons? Plenty of prisons, sir, plenty.
And the union workhouses are in operation.
Of course they are, sir, but I wish I could say that they were not.
And the poor law and the treadmill are in full vigor there.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I was afraid from what you said at first that something had occurred to stop them in their useful course.
A few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth. We choose this time of all others, when one is keenly felt. What shall we put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish for, gentlemen, that is my answer. I don't make myself merry at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry either. I help support the establishments I've mentioned, and they cost enough. Those who are badly off must go there.
But, sir, many can't go there, and many would rather die than go there.
If they would rather die, then they'd better get on with it and decrease the surplus population. That is not my business.
But, sir, you can make it your business.
It is enough for a man to understand his own business and not interfere in the business of others. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
But, sir, it's only a small amount we're seeking.
Good afternoon.
Scrooge resumed his labors with a much improved opinion of himself, and in a far more facetious temper than was usual, even for him. Meanwhile, outside, the fog and the darkness thickened. So much so that the ancient tower of an old church, whose rough old bell peered slyly down at Scrooge out of a Gothic window in the wall, grew invisible. It struck its hours and its quarters in the clouds, and at length the time of shutting up the counting house had arrived.
Cratchit, it's time. Well, what are you just standing there for? Out with it.
Tomorrow is Christmas Day, sir.
And you'll be wanting the whole day off, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It is not convenient, and it is not fair. If I was to stop you half a crown for it, you'd find yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. Yet you don't find me ill-used for paying a day's wage without any work.
It's only once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th day of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning. Out of my way.
Now to the Lord sing praise.
Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his his usual melancholy tavern, and having read all the newspapers, beguiled the rest of the evening with his banker's books, and then went home to bed. Scrooge lived in the chambers that once belonged to his dead partner, Jacob Marley. It was a gloomy suite of rooms in a lowering pile of a building up a yard. A yard that this night was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew its every stone, was fain to grope about in his house. Now, it is a fact. There was nothing particular about the knocker on the door, except that it was rather large. And it should be borne in mind that Scrooge had not paid a single thought to his 7 years dead partner Jacob Marley since earlier that afternoon. But yet, when Scrooge put the key to the lock, he saw in that knocker, without it undergoing any process of change, not a knocker, but the face of Jacob Marley. Closing of that door resounded through the house like thunder. Up the stairs Scrooge went, not caring a button for the darkness, for darkness is cheap, and Scrooge liked cheap. He went from room to room to be sure that all was right, for he had just enough recollection of that face in the knocker to desire to be so. Sleeping room, dining room, lumber room, all as they should be. Nobody under the bed, nobody under the sofa, nobody under the table, nobody in the closet. Feeling quite safe, he closed and locked the door, which was not his usual custom. But feeling thus secure from surprise, in his nightcap, his dressing gown, and his slippers, he sat before the fire to take his evening brew.
Still, I won't believe it. Oh no, what do you want of me?
Much!
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can't.
We'll do it then.
You don't believe in me?
I do not.
Why do you doubt your own senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. Why, you might be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, or a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than grave about you, whatever you are. You see this toothpick?
I do.
Well, you're not looking at it though.
But I see it, notwithstanding.
Well, I have got to swallow this toothpick and be for the rest of my days persecuted by a legion of goblins. Humbug, I say, humbug! Oh, mercy! Dreadful apparition, why do you trouble me?
Oh, man of worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do, I must, but why do spirits walk the earth and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him walk abroad among his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. I am doomed to wander the earth and witness what I cannot share, but might have shared on earth and turned to happiness.
You are fettered, tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it, link by link, and yard by yard. I made it of my own free will, and of my own free will I wore it. Is its pattern strange to you? Or would you know the length and weight of the strong coil you bear yourself? It was as long, as heavy, as these 7 Christmas Eves ago, Ebenezer. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Oh, Jacob Marley, tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. It comes from other regions, Ebenezer, and is conveyed by other ministers to other kinds of men.
Do you travel fast?
On the wings of the wind.
You might have got over a great quantity of ground in 7 years.
Oh, Captain, bound in double iron. Not to know that no space of regret can make amends for one's life's opportunities misused. Yet, such was I. Oh, such was I!
But Jacob, you're always a good man of business.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Mercy, charity, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a small drop of water in the comprehensive oceans of my business. And at this time of the rolling year, I suffer most. Hear me. My time is nearly gone.
Oh, I will, but don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob, pray.
I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and a hope of escaping my fate, Ebenezer. A chance and hope of procuring.
You're always a good friend to me, Jacob. Thank you.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance you mentioned?
It is.
Oh, I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow night when the bell tolls 1.
Can't I just take them all at once and have it over with?
Expect the second upon the next night at the same hour. Expect the third upon the next night when the chimes of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Look to see me no more, but look for your own sake to remember what has passed between us.
Whether from the emotions he had undergone, or the fatigues of the day, or his glimpse into an invisible world, or his dull conversation with the ghosts, or merely the lateness of the hour, much in need of repose, Ebenezer Scrooge fell asleep all the instant.
One. It was past 2 when I went to bed. The clock is wrong. There must be an icicle in the works. 1. It isn't possible that I've slept through a whole day and far into another night. It isn't possible that something happened to the sun and this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Jacob Marley. Was that all a dream, or was it a bunch of hooey? Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Forgive me, but the light, can you not put your cap on to cover it?
What? Would you so soon put out with worldly hands the
Forgive me, Spirit, I did not mean to offend. May I ask what purpose brings you here?
Your welfare.
Well, I'm much obliged, but I can't help thinking that a night of unbroken rest would be much more conducive to my welfare.
Your reclamation. Take heed. Come and fly with me.
But, Spirit, I'm mortal and liable to fall.
There, but the touch of my hand, and you shall be upheld.
Oh. Why, I was born in this place. I was a boy here.
Your lip is trembling. What is that upon your cheek?
'Tis nothing, Spirit. Pray, lead me where you will.
You remember the way?
Remember it. I could walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years.
Why, all my old friends are there. Tompkins and Wells and Massey and Hathaway. Yo, Hathaway, Hathaway.
These are but shadows of things that have been. They have no consciousness of us. They all seem rather jovial.
Jovial, well, of course they're out for Christmas holiday. Manus, a Merry Christmas.
The school is not yet deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
Oh, I know. Oh, my poor forgotten self. Why, I'm reading Ali Baba. Dear old honest Ali Baba. Yes, I know. One Christmas when this solitary child was left here all alone, his books became his only friends. Valentine and his wild brother Orson, Robinson Crusoe. I remember them all. I wish, oh, but it's too late.
What is the matter?
Oh, there was a boy at my business door last night singing a carol. I should have liked to have given him something, that is all.
Let us see another Christmas.
Ebenezer? Ebenezer?
Ryan?
Dear brother. I've come to bring you home, dear brother, to bring you home.
Home, little fan?
Yes, home for good now, forever and ever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be. That home is like heaven. He spoke so gently to me one dinner. I wasn't afraid to ask him once more if you might come home. And he said yes, you should. And he sent me a coach to bring you. To become a man and go into business and never come back here. But first we're to be together all Christmas long and have the merriest time in the world.
You are quite the woman, little fan.
Come, Ebenezer. We must get your things. The coach is waiting for you, Ebenezer. Come.
Always a delicate creature, whom a breath might wither, but she had a large, giving heart.
That she had, Spirit, I'll not gainsay it.
She died a woman, had, as I think, children.
Yes, one child.
True. Your nephew, Fred.
Yes.
Yo-ho there! Ebenezer, Richard!
Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless his heart, it's Fezziwig alive again. And Richard Wilkins, to be sure. Bless me, yes, he was very much attached to me, was Richard. Poor Richard, dear Richard.
Yo-ho, my boys! No more work tonight! It's Christmas Eve, Richard! Christmas, Ebenezer! Now, up with the shutters before you can say, Bob's your uncle. Richard, Ebenezer. I am most disappointed in you two. You did not have near enough fun this evening.
But sir,
Oh, tut, not another word. But to ensure you'll have sufficient fun tomorrow, you must take this. Now, off with you two. Good night and Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, sir. Oh, Merry Christmas.
what a night!
Oh, what a cold roast. Oh, the pies. Oh, and the beer.
I don't think there's as good a man in all London as Fezziwig.
And all England.
I dare say in all the world. Bless old Fezziwig.
Fezziwig has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. 3 or 4, perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It isn't that, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or a toil. Say that his power lies in words and looks, in things so small and insignificant that it would be impossible to add or count them up. What then? And yet the happiness that he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
What is the matter?
'Tis nothing.
Something, I think.
I should like to have a word or two with my clerk just now, that is all.
Quick, my time grows short.
Fear not his little Ebenezer. Another idol has displaced me.
Belle, what idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even-handing dealings of the world. There is nothing on it so hard as poverty.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into the hope beyond the chance of its reproach. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off, one by one, until the master passion gain engrosses you.
What then? Even when I have grown so much wiser. What then? I have not changed towards you. Am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you that you were not what you are now. I am. That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and keenly have I thought of this? I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words, no. Never.
In what then?
In a changed nature. In an altered spirit. In another atmosphere of life. Another hope as its great end. In everything that made my love of any more the value in your sight. If our promise had never been between us, tell me, would you seek me out and try something out?
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. Heaven knows. When I have learned a truth like this, I know how strong and irresistible it is. But if you were free, today, tomorrow, yesterday, can I even believe that you would choose a doubtless girl? You, who in your very confidence of her, weigh everything by name, or choosing me, if for a moment your one guiding principle to do so, do I not know that your repentance and regret should be followed? I do, and I release you with a full heart for the love of him you once were. You may have pain in this, a very, very brief time, but you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly as an unprofitable dream from which you luckily awoke. May you be happy in the life you've chosen.
Belle! Belle!
Belle! Go after her, you fool! Oh, Spirit, show me no more, conduct me home. Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more. I don't wish to see it. Show me no more. Belle!
And her family.
No, Spirit, No. Oh, such a sweet, graceful girl, so full of promise. No, Scrooge. Oh, the thought that she could have been my child. A springtime in the haggard winter of my life.
Belle, my darling.
My dear. Hello, Papa.
Oh, my dearest one. Now, my sweet, go with your nanny and take your baby brother up to bed. After all, it is Christmas Eve. Belle, I saw an old friend of yours in town today.
Why, who was it?
Yes,
Oh, how can I? Let me think. Was it Mr. Scrooge?
Scrooge it was. I passed by his office window today and it was not shut. There was a candle lit inside and I could scarcely help seeing him. His partner lies on the point of death, I hear. And there he sat alone. Quite alone in the world.
Alone in the world. My dear old Ebenezer.
But remove me. Why do you like to torture me so? No, I don't wish to see it. Show me no more.
Ebenezer Scrooge, I've come for your reclamation. Would you put out the worldly hands, the light I give?
No more. No more. No more.
Come in! Come in and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the likes of me before?
Never.
Have you never gone forth with any of my older brothers, born in these latter years?
I'm afraid I have not, Spirit. Have you many brothers?
More than 1,800?
A tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, I went forth last night upon compulsion and learnt a lesson which is working now. If you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Come, touch my robe.
Scrooge in the spirit found himself standing on a busy city street on Christmas morning. The skies were gloomy and the streets were choked with a dingy mist of soot, as if all the chimneys in all of Great Britain had by one consent caught fire. And yet there was an air of cheerfulness abroad. The people were jovial and full of glee and calling out to one another. The poultry shops were still half open, and the fruiterers were radiant in their glory. It was a glorious scene, to be sure. There was the merry sound of scales descending, and the scent of tea, and coffee, and sticks of cinnamon, and candied fruit cakes spotted with lumps of molten sugar. The customers hurried about, so hopeful in the promise of the day.
Spirit, is there a peculiar flavor in what you sprinkle from your torch?
There is. My own.
Say here, watch where you're going.
Why don't you watch where you're going, you long-nosed weasel?
Weasel, is it? Why, you floppy-eared
Spirit,
bamboo.
there.
Why, I'm gonna...
Mate, why are we fighting on this glorious Christmas morning?
You're right, my friend. 'Tis a shame to quarrel on this of all days.
So it is, so it is.
God bless you, friend. God bless you.
And to you, sir. And a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And a prosperous New Year.
We meant that well, Spirit, did we not?
We? Come, Scrooge. We have much to do and see.
table. Why, wherever is your father and your brother, Tiny Tim? Even Martha wasn't this late last Christmas by half an hour.
Yes, Martha, Mother. Oh, Martha, there's such a goose at the baker's.
Oh, such a goose you say. Merry Christmas, Ellie dear. Merry Christmas, Peter. And Merry Christmas, Mother.
Merry Christmas, my dear. Why, how late you are.
I had a great deal of work to finish up last night. I'm away this morning, Mother.
Never mind, as long as you've come. Oh, here, have a seat by the fire and warm yourself. Oh, Lord bless you.
No, that's Father Kerouac. Hi, Martha. Hi. Hi, Martha. Hello, Father. Hello, Father. Hello, Tim.
Hello, everyone. Why, where is our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming. Not coming upon Christmas Day.
Oh, Father.
Hello.
A Merry Christmas.
Hello, Martha. Merry Christmas, dear.
All right, children, it's time to wash up. Ellen, Mother, and Peter, help Tim.
But I don't need any help, Mother.
Oh, how was he in church today?
As good as gold, and better. Somehow, he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much, and thinks the strangest things you ever heard. He told me coming home, he hoped all the people in the church saw him, and saw that he was a cripple. And it would be pleasant for them upon Christmas Day to remember who it was who made the lame beggars to walk, and the blind to see it. Thoughtful boy.
Peter, get the door. That'll be the baker with the goose.
Such a bustle ensued, you'd have thought a goose to be the rarest in all birds. But there never was such a goose. Why, Bob Cratchit said there was never such a goose cooked. Its size, its flavor, its tenderness, its cheapness were all themes of universal admiration. Eked out with the applesauce and potatoes, it was a sufficient meal for the entire family.
We are thankful for this Christmas Day and its meaning. Let us be truly grateful for the food we are about to partake and for its nourishment. This we pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Their plates were filled and their bellies sustained with what little food they had. Then Mrs. Cratchit rose to go out and take up the Christmas pudding.
Suppose it should not be done enough. Suppose it should break in turning out.
Suppose someone had gone over the back wall and stolen it.
Mrs. Cratchit returned flushed but smiling proudly with that pudding. And what a pudding it was! Why, everyone had something good to say about it. But no one said and no one thought that it was a small pudding for such a large family. At last the dinner was done, and Bob Cratchit poured out the hot punch from the jug. He poured it with beaming looks, while chestnuts on the fire snappled and crackled noisily.
A toast. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
Merry Christmas.
Pray, Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a vacant seat in this poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these events remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh, no, Spirit. Say he will be spared.
If these events remain unaltered, none of my kind shall find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it, and decrease the surplus population. Oh, man, if man you be in heart. Well, bear that wicked cant until you've discovered what the surplus is and where it is. We decide what man shall live, what man shall die. Oh, it might be in the sight of heaven that you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions. like this poor man's child.
Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of our feast.
The founder of our feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I'd hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear children, it's Christmas Day.
It is Christmas Day, I am sure, to one which toasts the health of such an odious, stingy, cold, hard, unfeeling man such as he. Well, you know he is, Robert. You of all people know better.
My dear, please.
I will toast to his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long life to him, and a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm sure he'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
It was getting darker now, and snowing pretty heavily. Scrooge and the Spirit walked along the city street. The fires from parlors and kitchens and such rooms were truly brilliant. And if you were to judge by the number of people scurrying about on their way to friendly gatherings, why, you'd have thought there'd have been no one at home to give them welcome when they arrived. Blessings on him, how that goat exalted. And then, with no word, no warning from the ghost, Scrooge found himself standing on a bleak, deserted moor, with massive, crude stones strewn about as though it were the burial place of giants. They sped across the moor and out to sea. Looking back to his horror, Scrooge could see the last of the land. Built upon a dismal reef of sunken rocks, a league or more from shore, stood a lighthouse, and the men who watched the light had built a fire. Standing round it, joined hands, wished one another a Merry Christmas. And they were off again over the black and heaving waves, farther and farther out to sea, until they alighted upon the ship. And they stood beside their helmsman at the wheel, and they watched as every man on board hummed a Christmas tune or spoke to his companion under his breath of some bygone Christmas memory. Then laughter lighted up the night, and in a flash Scrooge was spirited away by laughter from another place to the home of his nephew Fred.
He said Christmas was a humbug. As I live, he believed it too.
Well, more shame for him, Fred.
Oh, he's a comical old fellow, that's the truth. Not so pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I've nothing to say against him.
Well, I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What's of it, my dear? His wealth is of no use to him. He doesn't any good with it. He doesn't make himself merry with it. And he hasn't the satisfaction of ever thinking he's going to benefit any of us with it.
Well, I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I'm very sorry for him. Couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers from his ill whims? Himself. He takes it into his head to dislike us, and he won't come and dine with us. What's the consequence? It's not like he loses out on much of my dinner.
Indeed. I think this is a very good dinner. Always has been.
And what do you say, Topper?
Me? Well, I'm just a lowly bachelor, a wretched outcast, and I have no right to an opinion on this matter.
Do go on, Fred. He never finishes what he begins to say. He can be such a ridiculous fellow.
I was going to say that the consequence of him taking a dislike to us and not making merry with us is, as I think, that he loses some pleasant moments, which could do him no harm. I mean to give him the same chance every year. whether he likes it or not. He may rail at Christmas till he dies, but he can't help thinking better of it. I defy him. If he finds me going there year after year and saying, Uncle Scrooge, Merry Christmas, Bob, humbug! If it only puts him in the vein to give his poor clerk 50 pence, that's something. And I think I shook him yesterday.
The old goose.
Hey, speaking of goose, why don't you sing a song? How about Christmas is Coming?
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, you must be Scrooge.
Oh, I do love that old.
Oh, it's a good one. Hey, how about a game? Right, let's play a game.
What's it to be?
Come, Scrooge, we must go.
Here, they're about to play a game. 1 half hour more, only one.
You all know the rules to yes and no?
Well, and no.
Well, I have something in mind. Who will begin?
I'll go. Is it a vegetable?
No.
Is it a mineral?
No.
It's an animal. An animal.
Is it alive?
Yes.
Is it a nice animal?
No.
Does it live in a menagerie?
No.
But does it live in London?
Yes.
Is it killed at market?
Ooh. No.
Is it a horse?
Nee.
Is it a dog?
No. No.
Is it a cat?
No.
Is it a bear?
No, you're not close. Not even close.
I found it out. I know what it is, Brad. I know what it is.
What is it?
It's your Uncle Scrooge.
Why, yes, my love. You've got it.
Fred, I object. When I said, is it a bear? You were obliged to answer yes.
He has given us plenty of merriment, I'm sure. And it would be ungrateful not to drink to his health. I say, Uncle Scrooge. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, whatever he is. He wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it nevertheless. Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge.
Come, Scrooge. We must go.
Spirit, you're growing dry and wrinkled. Are Spirit's lives so short?
My life upon this globe is very brief. It is tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. The time is near.
Forgive me, Spirit, but I see something at the base of your robe.
Look, man. What do you see?
I see 2 children, a small boy and girl. They're wretched, frightful souls. Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's. The boy is ignorant. The girl is wont. But most of all, beware this boy. For on his brow I see written that which is doomed. Unless this writing be erased, deny it, slander them that tell the yea, and bide the end.
But, Spirit, have they no refuge or recourse?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
No.
The poor law and the treadmill are in full vigor.
No. Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You're about to show me shadows of things that have not happened, but that will happen in the time before us, is that so? Oh, ghost of the future, I fear you more than any spectre I've seen. but as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be a better man from what I was, I am prepared to bear your presence and do it with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Very well, Spirit. Lead on. The night is waning fast and the time is precious to me, I know. Lead on, Spirit.
No, I don't know much about that either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? I thought he'd never die.
Heaven knows.
Now, what do you suppose he's done with all his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know.
It's bound to be a very cheap funeral. For the life of me, I can't think of anybody to go with it. Say, suppose we make up a party and volunteer.
Oh, I don't mind going if lunch is provided, but I must be fed.
Well, I'm the least interested among you. After all, I never wear black gloves. And I never eat.
Well, let's off then.
Indeed.
Quite well.
Yes.
Spirit, I know these men, all of them. And strange, but I don't see myself at my usual place at the exchange.
There you are. Listen, I brought Mrs. Dilbin here, and, the undertaker's man, and, well, we haven't all three met here without meaning it now, have we?
Well, you couldn't have picked a better place to meet. We're all equal to our calling, eh?
Yes. Well, what odds and ends then, Mrs. Dilbin? Everyone has a right to take care of themselves. He always did.
That's true indeed. No man more so.
Well then, don't be staring about as if you was afraid. We haven't come to pick each other's pockets now, have we?
No, indeed.
Well, let's on with it then. Who's the worst for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
It's the truest word that was ever spoken. It's a judgment on it.
Right, so. Who's first?
I wish it were Lily of you.
Well, let's have a look. A pencil case. And a seal. A couple of sleeve buttons. And a brooch. Nothing of much value. There you go, not a sixpence more. Who's next?
Here you are, old Joe.
Let's have a look here. We've got some sheets and some shirts.
And those fine linen they is.
Yes, they are. Yes, indeed. Oh, look. Oh, silver teaspoon and a silver sugar tongs. Very nice. Very nice. Well, always gives too much to the ladies. It's gonna be the ruin of me. There you are, lad.
Oh?
What? One more word and I'll repent of being so liberal and I'll knock off half crown.
You horrible old man.
Here, Joe. Here's my bundle.
Oh, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Now, what's this?
Bed curtains.
Bed curtains? You don't mean to say you took these down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Oh, yes, I did. And what of it?
Well, I just think it's disgusting.
Well, here, now be careful with them there blankets.
Blankets? His blankets?
Well, yes, who else? He's not likely to take cold without them now, is he?
Well, you don't suppose he died of anything catching, do you?
No, never you worry about that. I wasn't so fond of him as I'd have hung about for the likes of this if he had. Now, let's settle up, Joe. What's my account?
Well, it's a fine account indeed, my dear. A fine account indeed. There you are.
Well, that's it then, isn't it? He frightened us all off while he was alive. I need to profit from him now that he's dead. He's minds of the old skinflint that he was. He was such a bright.
Spirit, I see the case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heaven, is there any person in the town who feels emotion caused by this man's death? Show that person to me now, I beseech you.
What's the news? Is it good or bad?
Bad?
I was quite ruined then.
Oh, no, there's hope yet, Caroline.
If he relents, there is. Nothing is past hope if such a miracle has happened.
He's past relenting. He's dead.
Dead, you say? To whom will our debt be transferred?
Well, I don't know. But by then we'll have the money. And if not, well, it'd be bad fortune indeed to find so miserly a creditor as his predecessor. No, we'll sleep fine. Let's go, Caroline.
Merciful heaven, is there, Spirit, show me some tenderness connected with death, or that dark chamber we left just now will be forever present to me.
And he took a child and set him in the midst of them. Mother, what is it?
Tis nothing, dear. It's this close work, it hurts my eyes. 'Tis better now. They grow weak by candlelight, and I won't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home from the world, which must be near his time.
Toast it, brother, but I think he's walking a little slower than he used to the last few evenings, Mother.
Yes, I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulders very fast indeed.
And so have I, and so have I.
But he was very light to carry, and your father loved him so. It was no trouble at all. There's your father at the door. Oh, my dear, you're late. Did you go there again?
Yes, my dear. I wish you could have gone. It would have done you good to see how green a place it was. But you'll see it often. I promised Tim we would walk there on a Sunday. My little child. My little Tim. I'm sorry, dear. I saw Mr. Scrooge's nephew today. He's such a pleasant gentleman. You could tell I was a little down and inquired about what it was that distressed me. On which I told him. He said, "I'm heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit." After that, he gave me his card and said, "This is where I live. Pray, come see me." Now, it wasn't for the sake of what he could do for us, but for his kindly way. He's quite delightful. It was as though he'd known our Tiny Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure he has a good soul.
You'd be sure of it, my dear, if you saw and spoke with him. I shouldn't be at all surprised if we could find our Peter in such a situation.
Do you hear that, Peter?
And then Peter will be keeping company with someone and setting up for himself. Oh, good Lord, well.
It's just as likely as not, one of these days. But however and whenever we part from one another, I am sure we shall never forget our Tiny Tim, shall we?
Never, Father.
And I know, my dears, when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, though he was a little child, we We shall not quarrel easily one with another, and forget our tiny tip in doing it.
Never, Paula. No, never, Paula.
No, Robert, never.
I'm so happy. So very happy.
Spectre, something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Tell me about the dead man spoken of at old Joe's. Before I draw any near to the stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of things that will be, or the shadows of things that may be only? Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends to which, if persevered in, they must lead. But if the courses be departed from, the ends will change. Say it is thus with what you show me. Ebenezer Scrooge, am I the man of whom they spoke? No, Spirit, no. Hear me. I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been, but for this intervention. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Oh, good Spirit, your nature intercedes for me and pities me. Assure me that I may change the shadows you have shown me by an altered life. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. Oh, good Spirit, your nature pities me. Oh, Spirit, do not forsake me, I beseech you. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas time be praised for it, Jacob. I say it on my knees, on my knees. Look, they're not torn down. They are here. I am here. The shadows of things that might have been may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. Oh, I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Oh, Merry Christmas to everybody, and a Happy New Year to all the world. Why, that's the door by which the ghost of Jacob Marley entered. And that's where the ghost of Christmas past appeared. It's all right. It's all true. It's all happened. I don't know how long I've been amongst the spirits. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Oh, never mind. I'd rather be a baby. Oh, the window. Oh, no fog, no mist. Just clear, bright, jovial, stirring cold. Glorious sunlight, heavenly skies. Sweet fresh air, merry bells, oh glorious, glorious. Boy.
Dad?
What day is it today?
Today is it?
Oh, what a wonderful child of mother's child. Yes, what is today, my fine fellow?
Today? Well, it's Christmas Day.
It's Christmas. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Well, of course they did. They can do whatever they like. Boy, do you know the poulterers on the next street, the one at the corner?
I should hope I do.
Oh, what a wonderful, magnificent boy. Do you know if they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging there? Not the little one, but the big one.
The one as big as me?
Oh, he's an intelligent boy, he is. It's a pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my boy, that's the one.
It's hanging there now.
It is. Go and buy it.
Oh, go on.
No, I am in earnest. Go and buy it and have them bring it back here the time you give them the directions of where to take it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
Half a crown?
Oh, look at him run. He's off like a shot. I shall send it to Bob Cratchit's. He shan't know who sent it. Why, it's twice the size of Tiny Tim.
Well, where is he, boy?
Oh, there you are. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Back as a flash. Oh. My goodness, look at the size of that turkey. Why, he never could have stood upon those legs, that bird. He would have snapped them off in a moment. Oh. My goodness. You must have a cab to take that to Camden Town. There you go. My son, here are the directions of where to take it. And did I say half a crown? Nay, a full crown for such prompt industry.
Thank you, Governor. And a Merry Christmas to you.
And a Merry Christmas to you, my boy. And a Merry Christmas to you,
Merry
my
Christmas,
white fellow. Good morning, gentlemen. I hope you were successful in your endeavors yesterday. I thank you for coming to see me.
What, Mr. Scrooge?
Well, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon, and will you do me the goodness of allowing me to contribute
Heavens be!
My dear Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
I am, gentlemen, and not a farthing less. There are a good many bark payments included in it, I assure you. Will you come and see me, I beg of you?
Well, I don't know what to say to such a
Don't
man.
say anything, please. Just come and see me if you will.
Well, of course we will, sir.
Oh, thank you. I thank you 50 times, gentlemen. Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas. I don't know what Scrooge has been putting in his eggnog, but
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all. He became as good a friend, as good a master, as good a man as that good old city ever knew. Old people laughed to see the alterations in him, but he let them laugh. His own heart laughed. That was quite enough for him. He made his way to the home of his nephew Fred, where he was received with surprise and affection. All was forgiven, and a standing Christmas dinner date was made for years to come. In the afternoon, he pressed his way through the crowds, patting the heads of the little children as he went towards the humble home of his employee, Bob Cratchit. He stood outside the door and looked in the window and watched as the family made ready to partake of the fine bird he'd sent them. And smiling happily, he knocked upon the door.
Cratchit, I did not see you at work today.
I'm sorry, sir. But I was under the understanding that I had the day off.
You did?
I'm sorry, sir. It shall not happen again.
I am not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer, Cratchit. And therefore, I am going to raise your salary.
I promise, sir, it won't happen again. Are you quite well?
I've never been better, Bob. I will raise your salary, and I will endeavor to assist your struggling family. And we shall discuss your affairs this very evening over a bowl of smoking bishop after you have finished your Christmas dinner. And tomorrow morning, before you start the fires, I shall buy another coal scuttle before you can dot another eyeball Cratchit.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge. Of course, Mr. Scrooge.
Here, won't you please join us?
Oh, I thank you.
May I take your hat, sir?
Oh, thank you, lad. Tim. A Merry Christmas to you and yours, Bob Cratchit.
And a Merry Christmas to you, sir. And God bless us, everyone.
City of Victor. We'd like to thank you all for coming out this evening, and we sincerely hope you enjoyed our rendition of A Christmas Carol, written by Charles Dickens in 1843. We sincerely wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and the happiest of New Years. Please make a time to remember the reason for the season, and in the immortal words of Tiny Tim, God bless us, everyone.